Hello everybody, welcome to Cubeolopolis. Today I will be showing you all the puzzles I got while I was on vacation. So over the summer, my mom and I went on a trip to Australia, and while we were there, I went to a store called Mind Games, where they sell games, puzzles, as well as quite a few different twisty puzzles. So obviously I had to get some, and today I'm just going to show you all of them. So starting off with the gear ball. Now the way this cube turns is pretty unique, and when I first got it, it took a while to get used to the way the pieces move around. The turning is quite loud, which probably has to do with the gear mechanism, and it also has a scratchy, bumpy feel, although it isn't exactly unpleasant. This cube looks really cool when it's scrambled up, and it looks super complex, although it's pretty simple to solve. I was able to figure out how to solve this puzzle myself, and since I don't use any algorithms, my times are just all over the place. Overall, this puzzle is really fun to play around with, and its unique look makes it a great addition to my collection. So next is the Australia cube. So this cube is actually made by V-Cube, which you might be able to tell from the pillowed faces. I'd always had the impression that V-Cubes were only slight improvements off of Rubik's brands, so when I got this cube, I was very pleasantly surprised. The turning is quite fast, and with some force, I can do a double turn with one flick. Although it has virtually no reverse corner cutting due to the lack of Florian cut holes, you can cut up to about 1 QB with normal corner cutting. The plastic does feel pretty hard, and the turning is pretty blocky, unlike modern speed cubes, which just feel really fluid. But then again, you're probably not going to be speed cubing with this, because it's pretty difficult to figure out which pieces go where. Now moving on from the turning, this cube looks awesome. It makes a great souvenir for any cuber, and it doesn't feel like the ink is going to chip or fall off anytime soon. Overall, I really enjoy solving this puzzle, and although it is more of a souvenir, it is still a fun cube to play with once in a while. Now for the Ivy cube. So to start off, this puzzle is probably one of my favorite puzzles of all time, and it is definitely my favorite non-WCA puzzle. The turning is buttery smooth and very quiet, and it just feels very high quality since it is made by Qiyi, which is a pretty good speed cube company. The puzzle is pretty simple to solve, and it is one of the few puzzles that I was able to figure out on my own. Overall, I just love this puzzle. There's really nothing bad I can say about it, and solving it is just a very pleasant experience. Moving on to the Pyraminx Duo. Now to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of this puzzle. The turning is very stiff and clicky and not pleasant at all. I'm also not a huge fan of the Meffert stickers, which are kind of matte as opposed to the glossy vinyl stickers on most modern speed cubes. However, this puzzle is pretty unique since it's the centers that get scrambled and the tips pretty much stay in place. It's pretty easy to solve, so doing a bunch of solves at once just feels kind of repetitive. Overall, it may seem like I despise this puzzle, but it is still fun to pick it up and play around with it once in a while. Next is the gear cube. So this puzzle is pretty similar to the gear ball, which I showed earlier, although it is a bit easier since the little edge pieces near the centers are not colored on this cube. It has the same scratchy, bumpy feel as the gear ball, which is pretty much a shape mod of this cube. It also has the same matte stickers as the Pyraminx Duo, which I don't really like, but there isn't really anything I can do about it. Just a side note, when I first got this cube, there was one axis where it just would not turn, and I couldn't figure out why. I'm assuming there was some sort of an internal lockup because everything on the outside seemed fine. Eventually, I just used a lot of force to turn it, and now it's fine. I'm assuming there was something wrong with my cube, but if this happened to you, please comment down below and let me know. Overall, this cube is pretty much an easier version of the gear ball, but it is still pretty fun to solve. Now onto the Megaminx. Now this is a Qiheng Megaminx, and when I first saw this cube at the store, I was really surprised because very few actual in-person stores sell good speed cubes. I'm not going to go into too much detail about this puzzle because I will be doing a full review on this sometime soon, but I will say that this is my new main and I broke all my PBs as soon as I got this cube. That being said, I was coming from a carbon fiber Megaminx which totally messed up my recognition. This cube also came with a cube stand and bag, which is pretty cool. And finally, the snake. Now, this last one isn't exactly a puzzle, but I'm gonna include it anyway. So unlike all the other puzzles, I did not get this at Mind Games. I just got it at a dollar store, and for the price, it actually turns pretty nice. So yeah, I don't really have much to say about this, but it's pretty fun to just fiddle around with, and I like that it's small so I can just bring it with me wherever I want. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below if you haven't already. And that is it. I will see you guys next time. Bye!